Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Storm Guy of the North, and today we're taking a deep dive into one of the most dangerous steel predators in World of Warships, the USS Gato, the Tier 10 American premium submarine. If you like flexible firepower, long-range assassinations, and brutally efficient shotgun runs, this boat has got it all. Let's break it down from history to loadout to lethality playstyle. USS Gato was the lead ship of her class and the backbone of the early U.S. submarine warfare in World War II. Commissioned just after Pearl Harbor in December of 1941, she conducted 13 successful combat patrols, earning 13 battle stars and, to boot, a Presidential Unit Citation. That's very rare. Originally envisioned to support battleships with reconnaissance and finishing power, Gato's mission shifted after Pearl Harbor to full-on offensive patrols. With range, comfort, and a huge torpedo load, she helped redefine submarine warfare in the Pacific. In-game, the USS Gato is a Tier 10 special premium submarine available for 28,000 steel. She has 20,200 HP, one 76mm deck gun, and 10 533mm torpedo tubes. Her torpedoes come in two distinct flavors and types if you want to. One's homing, which is 89 knots, that's blistering fast, but only a 6-kilometer range. 10k damage, limited. Unguided torpedoes, 16.5 range, straight line, heavy impact. These are gearing class torpedoes. Each tube reloads every 55 seconds. Her surface speed tops out at 34 knots, and she has a 5.76 kilometer surface detectability. She's not just fast, she's a versatile killer with tools to control engagement at any distance. Okay, here are the best in-slot modules I would recommend for Gato. They're basically identical, well, they are identical to Bleo setup. These choices maximize underwater endurance, they improve agility, and help you survive punishing depth charge attacks. First off, main armor modification. You guys know, I always take this one. They boost your torpedo tube survivability. Absolutely essential for keeping your strike capability online in clutch moments. Second one is submarine surveillance modification. Cuts down on your surveillance by 20%. Crucial for spotting enemy subs before they ambush you. Then, of course, next, submarine dive capacity modification 1. It's a plus 10% recharge rate on dive capacity. Helps you get back under the surface quickly after a recharge. Next for me is submarine steering gears. A 50% reduction in rudder and dive plane action time enables tighter turns, faster vertical shifts to dodge airdropped depth charges. Of course, then for me, it's reinforced bulkheads. A 15% reduction in damage taken from depth charges. A lifesaver when surface ships or planes come hunting. And the last one I take, submarine dive capacity modification 2. Plus 15% maximum dive capacity combined with the signals. This extends your underwater time and reduces how often you have to do a risky surfacing. Run these 4 main signal flags on Gato to maximize your performance. First of all, Juliet Whiskey. Plus 15% flooding chance, pairs perfectly with Liquidator. Next one, Sierra Mike, a plus 5% surface speed, great for repositioning or disengaging. Next one's X-Ray Papa, a plus 5% dive capacity, increases your submerged endurance. The last one, Sierra Bravo, buffs your consumable uptime and cuts cooldown time, great for sonar and battery cycles. Okay, here's a 21-point captain build I recommend for Gato, crafted for survivability, pressure play, and mobility under fire. First point skill, obviously Liquidator, plus 30% flood chance, great for long-term damage, especially with high-speed torps. Next for me is Helmsman, quickens rudder and dive plane shift after hydrophone use, clutch invading counterattacks. I use this all the time because I'm going to make a mistake and probably get spotted or semi-getting spotted, and I want to get down as humanly possible. Last at 1 point, party target, shows you how many enemies are targeting you. Vital intel for disengaging before it's too late. Or sometimes it is too late, if I'm being honest. 2-point skills, preventive maintenance. Keeps key systems like torpedo tubes and propulsion online longer. Another one, consumable enhancement. Plus 5% duration on all consumables. Great for longer sonar, reserve battery, and hydrophone usage. 3-point skill, most powerful one is watchful. Notifies you when hydro radars detect it, or detecting you, or potentially detecting you, stops you from surfacing into a death trap. It's hugely big. It's a great skill. Last one at 3 points is a consumable specialist. 15% reduction in cooldown and prep times on consumables. More uptime, more chances of strike or escape. 4 point, obviously adrenaline rush. You guys know I take that. Boost reload speed as your HP drops. Perfect for clutch moments or suicide runs. Last one is enlarged propeller shaft. Plus 18% submerged speeds when your battery is below 50% dive capacity. Helps you reposition or escape fast when you're running low on battery. We've all been there, myself included. Okay, now for the fun part. How do you actually play Gato? Well, first of all, the timer goes to 0. You hit the S key and go backwards and stay at the border. I'm just kidding. Gato plays like a supercharged hybrid of Cachalot, shotgun brutality, and summons high-speed flexibility. But at Tier 10, every mistake hits harder, and most likely results in you going back to port. You need to be sharp, deliberate, and always on one step ahead. So let's break it down. First off, positioning and map awareness. Start by scanning the mini-map for open flanks, wide channels, or open water lanes. Gato thrives when she has room to maneuver. Stay out of early brawls or choke points unless you're setting up a coordinated ambush, or even a solitary ambush is okay, but just try to stay out of it. With 34 knots of surface speed, you can shift flanks fast, but don't confuse that for invincibility. You're still vulnerable to destroyers and radar ships. Use your hydrophone early to detect movement. With watchful skill, you can also know if hydro or radar is picking you up. Combine this with the intel of priority target. If the number of suddenly jumps, dive and reposition immediately. Okay, short range harassment or engagements. When you talk about short ranges, Gato is a nightmare for unaware ships. Her homing torpedoes are blistering fast and reload in under a minute. Use single pings to bait DC or damage control, then double ping and fire for maximum damage. Be smart. Don't fire on ships that are zigzagging or accelerating unless you are sure you're going to land a hit. And after every strike, move. Gato's torpedo reticle is tight, but your ping trail gives away your position. You don't want ASW planes raining death and depth charges on your last ping location. This one is ideal for low health destroyers or destroyers that are trying to chase you down, or cruisers that are low health. Not really meant for battleships or aircraft carriers. That's the long range harassment, a long range engagement. All right, my one, shotgunning. The high risk, high reward play. Gato is one of the most dangerous submarines in the game when played aggressively. Here's how you shotgun effectively. First of all, target selection. Go for isolated battleships or unaware cruisers. Avoid nimble DDs unless you are sure you can connect. Approach, get within 6 kilometers, go to periscope depth, and line up your bow tubes. Strike at 3.1 to 4 kilometers. Don't go exceed that 3.1 because the torpedo nerf will kick in. Fire your bow salvo. Don't wait until you're within 2 kilometers where proximity detection kicks in. Fire early and then dive immediately. Or the donut. Loop under the target, turn 180 degrees, and fire your stern tubes as you exit. That's a full 10 torp spread and a clean disengage. But remember, this is Tier 10. Radar, sub-hunters, ASW aircraft are everywhere. Only shotgun when you are certain the risk is worth it. All right, the last one, I guess. No, maybe second last one. Battery management and diving discipline. These are key. Gato has a solid dive capacity pool, especially when you're running Mod 1, Mod 2, and X-Ray Papa. But it's still finite. Don't waste dive time floating around deep unless you're hunting, dodging, or escaping. Stay just below the surface to conserve battery. Recharge often, but only when safe. Check hydrophone and your mini-map before surfacing. Radar cruisers are lurking. They're always lurking. I'm looking at you, Des Moines. And one bad timing can cost you the match instantaneously. All right, my final playstyle tips for you. Gato isn't a tank like the German U-boats. She's not a ghost like Cachalot. She's a tactical predator. A fast, hard-hitting sub that punishes bad positioning and overconfident surface ships. Abuse your torpedo reload cycle. Fire 2, shift position, fire again. Keep up the pressure, not desperation. And above all, play with purpose. Don't just dive and hope for the best. Every strike should be deliberate. Every ping calculated and every escape route memorized. Thanks for watching. If this breakdown of the Gato helped you, well, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more World of Warships submarine content, ship reviews, and tactical breakdowns. What do you think? Is Gato worth the steel price tag? Drop your thoughts in a comment and I'll catch you next time. But as always, take care, stay safe, wish you all the best. Bye for now.